Welcome to Thought Leader Life, where we are helping to democratize thought leadership. Join us each week where we interview a new thought leader about what it takes to become and maintain thought leadership in a number of different vertical markets. To learn more, check out www.thoughtleaderlife.com. Hi, Mitchell Levy, global credibility expert, and welcome to this special credibility episode of Thought Leader Life, where we're talking with amazing humans from around the world. And Alicia is no exception. Today's guest is Alicia Castillo Holley. I almost got that right. She is the CEO and founder of Wealthing Institute and a strategist at the intersection of science, technology, capital, and humanity. She is also a serial entrepreneur, scientist, and an angel investor. Alicia, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's delightful.
You are welcome. So what is your customer point of pain? What's your CPOP?
I support individuals who are creating wealth, but are not very happy with the process.
Wow.
They feel that there's something missing in there.
Yeah. Wow. So you're saying that there are people who have figured out how to make money, but they're not happy about it?
Yep. They feel there's something missing.
So what's that mean? Tell me a little bit more.
It is founded on the assumption that when you create wealth, you cannot create meaning at the same time. And I figure out that there's fundamental human needs of competing and collaborating that gives a purpose of on your life, but also a lot of financial rewards. I don't see why they have to be separated.
So we're going back to old school industrial age society where you do business and it's not for society and you just make money and other things. Is that kind of where you're leaning?
Yeah, that's really interesting because the traditional business school is all about competition. It's all about zero-sum games. And then the entrepreneurship arena came in and it's all about creating opportunities. So you sort of have a disconnect and we need a better system. And that's a system that I created through the Wealthing Institute. It's called the Wealthing System.
Tell me a little bit more. What does that mean? What do you do with those people who are clients or students, or what is the right term?
Well, it doesn't matter how you create wealth, but the fundamental principle is there's no way to create wealth without distributing that. So if you reposition your mind into how you have meaning and you use financial systems, you can align both having a meaningful life and creating a lot of wealth. You don't have to do one after the other, and you don't have to have that compromise that pulls you in opposite directions. So that's what we do. And we could do it in many ways.
So who's a client? Is a client a student to the Institute or a business or a?
That's a great question. So we work with individuals because we transform the individual and the individual transform the surrounding of him or her. So we work with individuals that then influence their teams and their organizations. We started working with entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur. I was a high impact entrepreneur and I'm an angel investor, but that doesn't have to limit that scope of work to entrepreneurs and investors. So anybody who's happy about the way they're creating wealth and they feel there's something missing are welcome to come. And then you have better teams because there's an intention behind it. It's not about taking for you, but building for everybody. And that was the promise of entrepreneurship. It's making the pie bigger. But how do we reconcile making the pie bigger for corporations, teams, and organizations? And that's where we come in.
Got it. I like it. So what gives you credibility to do that?
Oh, well, I walk the talk. So I grew up in a socialist country to socialist parents. And I was a scientist for 15 years until I discovered entrepreneurship. Then I created 15 companies and 3 nonprofits, and I exited for some of them. I also created a venture capital fund, and I'm now an angel investor. And 25 years after doing that, I went back to school to do a PhD in finance. So I've done, the practitioner, the entrepreneur, the investor, the consultant, the academic, the researcher, and now the investor goes back to that. Yeah.
That was a beautiful answer. And I like, it's not just the school of hard knocks, but it's waking up on the side of the world that's different than the side you're
Yeah.
living on now. And now that you've been successful, what you're doing, you're giving back to some extent.
And I felt too. So that's very important. And I don't think I have all the answers, but I have good questions. And that's more important than having the answers. So the process that we do is transformational because we make people question themselves so they can learn on their own. Because listening is not learning and talking is not teaching. So we make that transition because I'm an academic.
That is so powerful. I'd say it again, but I'll listen to it again. It's beautiful. So Alicia, how do you share for those people who don't know you? How do you get your brand out there? How do you share that credibility so that people then at least want to have a conversation with you in one way or another?
Well, thank you for that question. One of the things that we do is we have 2 YouTube channels. One is Wealthing, and the other one is a project that is very close to my heart called Women Get Funded for Entrepreneurs. We also have books. We have a ton of books, and we have Facebook and LinkedIn channels. So there's a lot of ways that people can contact us. Also, I'm a guest speaker, and I used to go around the world for 6 months a year for many years. So I've taught in probably 60 countries. I visited over 100. So I was very active as a speaker. Now that I'm a little bit older, I tend to do more online things. But yes, people, and opportunities like this, when we get to share what we know and to be more inquisitive about what else is there to do, is fascinating to us.
Well, you have a most amazing mind. You've done so many great things. And if you're listening and you're on this journey, the journey is one in which there's a conflict between you making money and doing good for the world. You're going to want to talk to Alicia and at least explore a little bit further. What's the best way for people to reach out to you?
The best way is through LinkedIn and Wealthing. We have wealthinginstitute.com, wealthinginstitute.org, and Wealthing. So we have 3 different structures that people can connect with us.
Beautiful. Thanks so much for joining me today and sharing your credibility. I really appreciate it. And for everyone else, thanks for joining us. Look forward to seeing you at a future episode. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe to our channel. Take care, everybody. Bye now.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of Thought Leader Life. Please subscribe to us on YouTube and activate us by going to thoughtleaderlife.com/activate. Till next time.